welcome to Coldwind Reviews. Today we're going to present to you the game Ryse Son of Rome.
I can't do this with all that racket!
I'm holding the mic, it's gonna be easier.
So guys, what are your thoughts about the game? I really liked it.
It was fine.
Graphically, even today, it stands out, so I really like the game.
So, the story. I'm trying to remember. What was the name of the guy again?
Maximus.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
No, it's not Maximus. But I'm gonna talk about Gladiator.
Marius Titus.
Marius? It's good to see you again.
Yes.
It was the same era as
Titus.
Spartacus.
Really?
Yes, 2013.
Huh.
I am Damocles.
I am Spartacus!
The story starts with you and your family in Rome. You see your father with who you will train.
No, that's not it at all. Come on, break my guard. You know the moves. Perfect.
It's a sad but proud day. The day a son first beats his father.
You'll see your mother for 3 seconds. And there's your sister in the next room that you'll never see except lying like a corpse next to your mother.
No!
Rome is being invaded by barbarian forces, and you fight, you see your father die, and then you want to take vengeance.
If it's blood you want, I promise I will give you as much as you can handle.
And you'll have to go in the island of
Nabumbu.
Nabumbu.
Where are we? In the Boo-Burkles? I ain't never seen no island like this before.
I'm afraid we may have fallen into the lagoon.
What's the name of the girl again?
Gotica.
Botefica?
Bot-
Botanica.
Botawi.
Botawi.
It's Boudica, sir!
Boudica, I was close.
If only there was one of us who liked history.
But from a history point of view, she isn't important anyway, so...
Shut up. There's the legend of
The goddess, I forgot her name.
something like Fury or Fantasy.
I don't remember.
Nemesis. Zelda.
No. There's the legend of Damocles, the one who takes vengeance if you abandon your soldiers.
During a massive battle, his cowardly commanders abandoned him. Nemesis, the goddess of revenge, was enraged at how the brave hero had been treated. She allowed Damocles to return to the world as a vengeful spirit, a ghostly, black-armored centurion who would hunt down and kill each of the generals who had wronged him.
Stars.
It was really fun.
I thought it was interesting too. You don't often play a Roman in the Roman Empire.
Yeah. For me it was different. Maybe there's another game like that. I don't know.
It's
but,
the first time I see a game like this.
Yeah,
In that era, in that environment.
I really liked visiting Rome, even if they didn't appreciate me visiting and taking my time.
He spent like an hour just looking at vases and walls and the scenery in general. The father of Maximus here, well, he died because he was too slow looking at vases.
For me, I wouldn't be annoyed at all if we had to explore the entire city before starting the game. It was really beautiful. I couldn't control myself to visit and what was going on. Even breaking stuff and just looking at the details, taking the time, they were annoyed, but I really enjoyed that.
Imagine watching someone play a game and he doesn't really play it, he just looks at stuff for an hour.
Yeah.
That was great. It was so amusing. Wasn't it?
I'm reading the comments, I'm not listening to you.
Alright, so like we were saying, when you play the game you see that you have to follow a certain path. It's not like you could visit the entire...
Yeah, it wasn't an open world.
Yeah.
You're just a straight line, you have to go that way.
Yeah. The fighting mechanics of the game were really impressive, realistic, and enjoyable.
I think what impressed me the most is the movement of the characters. It was really...
The fluidity.
Yeah. You had the shields with the guard, with the men behind you. Raise the shields, tell them to attack.
Steady! Aim! Healer! Shields!
And besides that, there was the turret, so the ballista, and you only could use a ballista. Why couldn't you use a catapult or other things like that?
Catapult! Fire!
It's a small game, it's not a long game.
Yeah.
I think we took in easy mode 6 hours, 7 hours.
I don't remember.
Finish it.
Yeah, something like that.
Over one day. If you just want to have a nice hack and slash and not waste your time on an RPG because you don't have the time or you just want something easy, it's a graphically and easy to play game.
What's the term for that type of game that you can just jump in and it's easy to play? There's no thinking involved, really.
A no-brainer.
A no-brainer game. Ah, yes. It was casual gaming. You know, casual games. No-brainer games.
Yes.
This was like a casual game. For me.
It was. Very casual, relaxing game. So the characters, different, they had their personalities. Each time they were talking to each other, it was always interesting. I was never bored.
He liked this hack and slash because there was discussions and vases.
And walls with graffitis.
Yes.
And the sky was beautiful.
Yes. And there was water.
It's a beautiful game.
Beautiful.
Flog her until he talks, or she dies. Whichever comes first.
No! Hold her! Ow! Dare you!
How dare you? I am son of the Emperor, and I do whatever I choose.
Please! No! Please! Spare her! I'll tell you everything!
It's been a while where I don't really see the differences between like PS3 games and PS4 games graphically.
What was the last PS3 good game, graphically?
PS3?
Yes.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid 4 was amazing.
You're looking younger. What's your secret?
Base camo. A little present from Tentacles.
It's like Battlefield Bad Company 2 that came out in 2009.
I'm officially retired.
Yeah, hell of a job, Marlo.
Me? Shucks, Sweets, what about you?
Oh, I don't know. It was cool, but, you know, this special ops shit, not my style.
They're better graphics than
most games.
Than Metal Gear 1.
it would have been nice to have more options in the game.
Yeah, that's
it
why
lacks a lot of. It had a lot of potential. It could have given more.
Did you like the game or not? Because you started saying it was great, and now you're saying it had a lot of potential.
It's a great game. It's a great game.
Didn't you say it was a wasted opportunity?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
You didn't even use the Felix armies of the North.
Commander of the armies of the North, General of the Felix Legions. Loyal servant to the true Emperor, Marcus Aurelius.
It doesn't seem like you like the game.
Cut?
No.
I'd like to see a sequel to this.
There's no sequel to this?
There's no sequel at the moment.
No!
It's because most people hated it?
It didn't get good reviews at the time.
Yeah.
Even though I still think it's a great game. If I had to summarize most critics, it was stupid gameplay, too easy hack and slash, and it was more like a movie than a game.
The Emperor and commoners have made enemies. So many enemies. Everyone who opposes Rome has allied with them. Whilst the massive barbarian army has swarmed across the Empire, wreaking havoc. And their army has grown tenfold.
I swear to you, Centurion, Rome will not fall. Not today.
We must keep their army out at all costs!
Today, we fight.
So those are the 3 points that made that most people didn't like the game.
It did look like a movie, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And as for the easy part, I can't judge because you played in easy mode, so...
Yeah. Even in easy it was difficult. But maybe I'm not, it's because I was not used, it was my first time. I was not used to play the game.
And what was the other thing?
Linear.
Yeah, linear, yeah. That I can agree with.
I really like the game. That doesn't mean it's perfect. I can understand now the comments about this game.
Excuse me.
I'll say it a lot probably in this video. It was a big missed opportunity in so many ways. I would have wanted more, but from what I got, I was really happy.
Why?
It's simple. To destroy Rome and end this foolish notion of civilization.
Marius, watch out!
Yeah, I'd like to see a sequel to this. With more options.
There won't be a sequel.
Yeah, but if there was, with more options, with them addressing all the critics that didn't like some aspects of it, making the game better with a new story, that would be. I think that would be nice.
I think it depends of your mindset when you start the game. I wasn't expecting anything. It was the first game I bought on the console, and I just wanted to test the graphics and just play.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a great game. I wasn't expecting nothing of historical value, and it's a small game that works just fine if you know that's what you're gonna get. If you're waiting for a historical game or an open world game or something in that genre, you're gonna be
disappointed. While playing, I couldn't stop thinking about all the possibilities, what it could have been, because it's a missed opportunity.
Okay, so
it reminded me...
What could have been the opportunities?
Well, first I would like to talk what it reminded me of. For example, Easily Gladiator, the movie. While playing, I was wondering why I was playing this story and with this character, and why not the one in Gladiator.
A Gladiator, a game that looks like this, with a few more options.
Yeah.
That would have been wonderful.
Yeah, a prequel and then the movie Gladiator to combine it.
They don't do games like that anymore that are based on a movie and you just redo the movie. Now there's always alternate stories on the side.
Yeah. I guess they try to do something different, but sometimes people just want simple stuff. What they want, what they want.
To replay the movie like in old games.
There's the gladiator mode.
No.
In old games, you had like games on the Super Nintendo or even on the Nintendo. It was Star Wars. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And you were playing as Luke and replaying the game, replaying the movie.
Yeah.
I miss that kind of game, based on a story and you just play the movie.
Yeah.
Based on a movie, sorry.
Well,
like what game?
The Chancellor isn't in this hangar. We have to move on. Anakin, be careful. Try mixing light and heavy attacks.
You don't do games like that anymore.
I prefer
a completely different story.
Completely different story, or something that's happening on the side that we don't see.
I think you can have both in a game. You can. For example, if you wanted to play Rogue One.
I was going to say that.
Yes. Let's talk about Rogue One.
Let's talk about Rogue One. We never.
And make a debate.
Yeah.
For 60 minutes. If you take Rogue One and let's imagine you're going to play the character of Jyn Erso because she's the main character of the movie, the girl.
Okay.
Let the girl speak.
Just let the girl speak.
Send your best troops to Scarif. Send the rebel fleet if you have to. You need to capture the Death Star plans if there's any hope of destroying it.
You're asking us to invade an Imperial installation based on nothing but hope.
Rebellions are built on hope.
And you relive the whole movie, but from her perspective.
Mm.
But on the side of that, you can have different things that you don't see in the movie that can be like half the game. That doesn't matter. But redoing the whole movie from beginning to end, I would find that amazing.
Tell me a modern game with modern graphics and everything where you thought it was well done.
No, that's my point. That's my point. I don't see games like that anymore.
Because
I'd like to see Episode 4 from beginning to end. You play Luke, Leia, and Han. But when you buy the game, you know you're gonna play Episode 4. You're not gonna play The Force Unleashed. You're not gonna play some other thing that, like 1313, that was cancelled.
Mm.
You know that if you buy this game, you're gonna play Episode 4. And I miss that kind of game. That's why if they make a Gladiator game based on the movie from a game like this, I think it would be great.
We don't live in a time where they're gonna redo the game as the movie, so it wouldn't really be.
I miss that. I think if developers did this in this era, when this doesn't exist anymore, the game, if it's well done, would have a huge success.
I agree.
If it's a movie people love.
Once her fate was in my hands.
Surrender! Enough!
Now she's spearheaded the army of 1,000 tribes.
Defend your emperor!
Their giant beasts of war bore down our gates.
You have to go! You must live!
But if Rome falls, then our world will descend into darkness. I will never let that happen.
Talking about movies, this game reminded me of the 13th Warrior, with the people disguised as Minotaurs. The feeling that I had when I was playing the game, it reminded me of a movie they talk about fantasy, mystical creatures, but at the end you just see that they're normal people. But that's how you create legends and monsters that don't exist.
If there was a giant, a real giant at some point or something like that,
so
like
really,
a surprise,
yeah,
but not abusing that in the whole game.
That
like
it stays more realistic.
Yeah.
Sometimes a man must look past what he thinks he sees. Well done, Marius.
So for me it would be out of 10. The scores would be 6, 6, 6.
So enjoyment 6, replayability 6, recommendation 6.
It's a fun game, nothing extraordinary, but you can have a good time with it. Depending on who's gonna play, you can recommend it or not. Once again, it's just a casual game, so even somebody that isn't historical fanatic could play the game. And what was the other? Enjoyability. If you take it for what it is, a simple game, yes, you can have a good time with it.
Enjoyment, I would give it a 7, because it is an enjoyable game. Replayability, I would say 6. I don't replay games very often, but when I do, it's generally like 10 years later, at least. And I could come back to this game. I could see myself coming back to this game, so I would give it a 6. And as for recommendation, as you said, some people would like this. I could recommend it if they're a casual gamer and don't really expect the world out of the game. And other people, I would say people who like history. You don't see a lot of games where you're playing in the Roman Empire. So 7, 6, 6.
Alright. I really liked the game. It wasn't a perfect game. I won't criticize it too much.
More than you've done already, you mean?
You didn't like the game.
I liked the game. At each chapter I was wanting more, that's all, okay? I only wanted more and more, and I have to just admit that I'm not a fanatic, but I just have to admit that I wanted more, and okay. Thank you. So enjoyment, 8 out of 10, replayability 9 out of 10, and recommendation 7, because I wanted more from the game, but I can understand that the people who were criticizing it, most people wouldn't like it, so I can't really recommend it based on what I want, especially since I like history, so 7 out of 10 seems more reasonable than a 9.
So our average score for each category for the game is, Christian, please?
Enjoyment, 7 out of 10. Replayability, 7 out of 10. And recommendations, 6 out of 10.
Have you ever played the game? Do you think, like Christian, that it's historically factual? Me and Dave, we don't agree. We thought there was a lot of inaccuracies.
Yeah, he thinks it's accurate.
Yes,
I don't understand.
Tell Christian he's wrong in the comments, please.
Burn him.
Burn him?
Burn him in the comments.
So if you liked the video, don't forget to click the like button, please.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And ring that bell button.
It was a good game.
It was okay. It was fine.
A fine.
Bye.
Bye. Fight for your father. Fight for your legion. Fight for Rome.
Otacon, have you found the answer? Otacon, I'm talking to you.
Colonel.
The nanomachines.
Metal Gear.
Sokolov.
Lalilulelo.
Les enfants terribles.